morning, brothers and sisters. I hope everybody's safe and well. What a beautiful day it is. I wanted to come on and talk about feelings and the way we approach feelings and where our perception has us think and look at feelings. Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? You know what I mean? Everything. We judge our whole life around feelings. My perception is all, or my perception and my judgment is all revolved around feelings. See, I could have a really fucked up thinking sort of day, but if I feel good, I won't judge it. I think, yeah, man, I had a good day. But if I have a really fucked up thinking and my feelings are funky as fuck and I feel like this and I feel like that, and I'm on about the low level feelings, we start getting really judgmental on the way we perceive our day or our life. You know, it's like I will always judge how my life is based on the way I feel. My whole life and the way I conduct myself, or the way I judge myself, or the way I judge who I am and how my life is all based around feelings. And my mind will create scenarios or look for solutions depending on the way I feel, and it's always based on like a negative. It will always like go around the negative. My mind is quite easy at looking at all the negatives in my life and then feeding the feelings to reaffirm the negative thinking, which will then reaffirm the negative feeling, which will also be that as above, so below. You know that saying. And then so within, so without. So when I'm thinking, as above, so below, as I'm feeling. So as I'm thinking, I'm feeling. And as I'm feeling, my life will then project that in front of me. And my mind will look for the outside things to reaffirm what's going on inside me. So if I'm having a shit there, I'm feeling like I'm having a shit there because I've been thinking shit things, which will make me feel a certain way inside. My mind will then look outside of me to then reflect back to me all the things that will match up with the way I feel. That's what it says. Ask and it shall be given. If you tell yourself you feel a certain way, the universe will say, yes, okay. It never lies, and it doesn't know any different. As I said, as above, so below, and so as within, so without. So when the world reflects back to me nothing but negativity, I want to check the way I feel. And if I check the way I feel and usually check the way I think, I cannot change my life until I change the way I think. Once I start changing the way I think about things, my feelings will start to change, and the way I perceive the world will start to change, and the way the world looks will start to change. And that's just the way it is. It's called cognitive behavioral therapy, right? It sounds very simple, but it's not easy to apply to your life. The first step to applying this stuff to your life is just being aware of that. I wanted to go into the feeling sort of thing, because when we stop, right, when I first come into recovery, I stopped taking drugs. And do you know what? When you stop doing something, you'll soon realise why you started. I'll give you an example, right? Smoking. The minute you stop smoking, the first consequence that comes from smoking for so long is the realisation of why you stopped smoking. When I stopped smoking, I felt irritable, restless and discontent. If I started smoking again, it stopped me from feeling irritable, restless and discontent. So that's what happens. When I stop doing something that changes the way I feel, the first thing that will happen is I will start to realise why I did it in the first place. Same with drugs. You stop taking drugs, stop smoking weed, and the way you feel when you stop smoking weed that's the reason why you started smoking weed in the first place. Same with alcohol, drinking or taking drugs, anything. And what had happened, right, when we come into recovery, I hear it said all the time, like parrots chatting, like talking in recovery, trying to fix my feelings. Like this word, trying to fix my feelings, is like, you need to change your perception on the way you think about feelings, because feelings are feelings. And I can sit there and go, oh, I'm just trying to fix the way I feel. Well, if you're trying to fix the way you feel, your feelings are not broken. What are you trying to fix them for? What are you trying to fix? Feelings don't break. You don't get a broken feeling You don't get broken thinking. Nothing's broken. Stop trying to fix it. And when we stop trying to fix the feeling and start feeling the feeling and looking at the thinking, separating ourselves from the thinking and the feeling in order to feel it, engage with what we're feeling and really show it true respect, even when it's a bad feeling or an emotion. When we take into account and hold ourselves accountable for what's going on inside us as a human being and going, I feel this certain type of way, and sitting with that feeling and looking at the emotion that comes with that feeling, and then looking at the thinking that triggers them feelings and them emotions, then we can start to create power and awareness around our own sense of self and start to make change. But when we look at something and go, that's broken, I need to change it, I need to replace it, that's us separating ourselves and not taking responsibility yet again for what's going on inside us. Take responsibility and hold yourself accountable for the things that you're thinking. Now, the things that you're thinking are not necessarily always what you wish to be thinking. But when you start thinking about something, you can direct your awareness and your attention onto something that's more positive and move with action, move the thinking away. So I'm thinking about something which will create negative patterns, which will create negative feelings. That's a powerful instrument that my body's trying to play. It's picked it up and it's playing negativity. Let's play a few negative chords, which will create a few negative sounds, which will create negative vibration. That's my analogy around it. We can do it, and it's a powerful thing, because then we will judge our state of being based on whatever tune we're playing, right? So if that changes the way I think and the way I feel, and changes the way I am in the world, and changes who I am and how I perceive myself, and based on how I feel, then why can I not actively take or practice actively taking action towards using the same blueprints of that, but in a positive manner? Now that's looking at things and going, I just need to change the way I think about this certain thing. And some people call it gratitude, but some people, you can just change your awareness about something, look at it from a different angle. There's always two sides to the coin. There's sometimes even 4 or 5 sides to a fucking coin. Look at it from a different angle. Get someone else's opinion on it. Stop thinking and sitting there with that thinking on your own and buying into that negative shit. Because if you sit with negative thinking for so long, it's most definitely going to start creating negative feelings, which create negative emotions, which creates a negative perception, which creates a negative world, which then you live in. Some call it mental health. And it is health that's mental, which is not so healthy. But when you look at healthy mentality, start changing the way you think, change your awareness and move it to something more positive, something that makes you feel good. Think about something that's positively thinking. When you start playing positive tunes, play them positive chords, you get positive sound, which makes positive music. It's exactly the same. When you change the way he says it in, what is it now? I think there's some spiritual geezer going about saying, as a man shall think, so a man shall be. Now that's just not just men, it's everybody. Change the way you think, which will change the way you feel, which will create emotions which are more beautiful than the fucking shit that we're usually in, and help us to live in a more positive world. And I'm on about your world, not everybody else's world. Not like I'm on about just you and your world, because we all live in our own separate little world. We share the same planet, but from my perception, looking from the inside outwards, this is my world. You know what I mean? I'm going to create my own world, create my own reality, create the way I think and feel about things. And when I start to love life, life will start to love me back. You know what I mean? When I start to look at life that way, it will reflect back at me from what's going on inside. And when I'm sat in a world full of negativity, it's usually because I'm the one reflecting outwards onto that mirror, and then I'm looking at what I'm seeing. If you get what I'm saying. I know it sounds a bit funky, but try it. This all takes practice. And you know, even after going through this and being aware of my own thinking and feeling for so long, and I'm still in that mode of practicing, and sometimes I forget to do that, and sometimes I buy into the negative shit and the negative thoughts that go on in my head, and I spend an hour or so wasting time thinking and feeling very negative about a life that's just absolutely beautiful. You know what I mean? We're only here once. We're only here once. You know, practice makes better. It just gets better. It gets better. It gets easier. Anything that we do with practice and persistence will always find improvement in our lives. I wanted to come on and share that, and I wanted to come on and share that about, you know, that them feelings and stuff, because everybody's like, I'm trying to fix my feelings. I just wanted to remind you, your fucking feelings are not broken. Your shit's not broken. You're not broken. You're just not doing it right, and that's okay, because I did it not right for a long fucking time, and I'm only just trying now to get it right. And now I know how it should be and how to do it. Now it's down to me to take personal responsibility and actively try to do them things. I'm just coming on and sharing my experience when it comes to this sort of stuff. I spent a long time doing things the wrong way, living in a wrong fucking mindset, feeling in a wrong manner, and living in the fucking wrong world, not feeling a part of whatsoever, and I don't feel like that anymore. I hope this video really helps somebody. If you really like my content, please go over to the YouTube channel and like and support the page and subscribe if you can. Stay blessed, guys. What a beautiful day. Remember, as above, so below, so within, so without. Stay blessed.